Honestly, I have a lot of hope for this event. I think it's going to turn out well. We're here in Hayes Valley. It is already so busy. It literally just started 10 minutes ago. We just finished setting up 10 minutes ago. Here's the table. I'll get more detailed footage in a second though, because again, it's busy. We've got 4 feet of space plus the grid wall that I brought, and honestly, I have a lot of hope for this event. I think it's gonna turn out well, but so fancy. Even got badges. Here's the behind the scenes. Only about 4 feet of space. Hello. We're actually like right in front of restaurants and everything. There's a lot of just natural foot traffic going on around here in Hayes Valley. Okay, let's try that intro scene again because that was weak. We're here for Maum Market here on Hayes Street, San Francisco. It's off to a promising start. This event started at 3 and it is currently 3:17. We were a little late to finish setting up. What else is new? This event is very different from most events that I've done. Instead of like a 6-foot table or a 10 by 10 space, we get a 4-foot space on an 8-foot table split with someone else, and my neighbor actually ended up being someone that I know, Takahashi Boutique, Malia, so that was pretty cool. Lots of really great makers here. Cody's currently taking sales for me. If you're unfamiliar with the San Francisco area, Hayes Valley gets a ton of really great natural foot traffic. I actually used to live here like maybe a few blocks away, so when I found out where the event was going to be, I was pretty excited about that. That being said, as excited as I am, I do understand that certain events have my demographic and certain events don't. So this is a little bit experimental, but I have heard good things about this event so far. We're already making sales, so that's nice. Oh, I'm excited about today's event. I think the only thing I'm concerned about is Cody's gonna get pretty cold. Cody did not like San Francisco weather when we lived here. And we made an essential stop on the way here because there's a new Pop Mart in Stonestown. So we shall do an unboxing later. I'm a bit frazzled. I think I'll check in again once my brain is a little bit clearer. That's the market behind me. It takes up most of Goth Street. I don't know what it's called, but we're here at Hayes Promenade, so looking pretty cute. Oh my gosh, it's so packed. I can't even like get through. A little bit of a rougher morning. I was really sick. It was like a mix of like heartburn and nausea, made for a really bad combination, so I didn't eat anything. Here's my lunch. Apparently apples are good for heartburn. But we're about 30 minutes into this event and I already have thoughts. I don't think this is going to be a t-shirt crowd based on just how people are reacting to things. However, stickers are already by far a bestseller. Might be my only seller this week. We'll see. But this seems like more of a stationary crowd. Suspected it might be similar to like SJ Made audiences. We'll see by the end of it. But yeah, I think if I do this event again, I have a lot more insight into it. And I'll definitely bring more of the smaller paper goods like postcards, stickers, maybe even like posters. I left behind posters today because again, 4 feet. But I think next time it would definitely be worth it to bring it. Again, we're 30 minutes into the show. I'll find out later. But off to a pretty good start. I want coffee, but the line is long, so I might get boba instead. Oh, and one really cool thing, we get badges. You guys know, ever since Anime Pasadena, I'm now obsessed with badges because that means I can like put clips on them. So I don't know, I think that's a good touch. Very high quality event. Very high quality event. 4:30. We're a little under halfway through the event. I didn't eat, so I got these pastries from another vendor here. I saw a few people eating this, so I like hunted it down. We've got a garlic cream cheese croissant here. You guys enjoyed my mukbang in my Anime Pasadena vlog, so mukbang. Like if garlic bread was a croissant. That's what that tastes like. Okay, I can keep eating that, but I want to try the other one too. This is a spicy pork belly one. I don't feel like the flavors mesh as well on this one. They're good separately. Together, wow. This garlic one though, this is good. I'm gonna eat this. Sales have slowed down a bit. Traffic is still great, but just not as many shoppers for me. I'm not convinced this is my crowd the longer I stay here. Feels like vanilla bean. It's 4:47. I've had a snack, got some coffee. We're about halfway through the event, and okay, so this is like such like a nicely run, organized, high quality event. Foot traffic is fantastic. Location is great. Everything that they provide is good. I think the only box it's not ticking for me is that it's just not my demographic. I think it is very similar to like SJ Made, whatnot. Most of the people who come to my table are looking at my neighbor's stuff. So I don't think it's necessarily for me, but I think this event has a lot of potential if your demographic happens to be here. It seems like a lot of, I don't know how to describe it. When I come up with a better word for it, I'll find it. But again, high quality event, just might not be my audience. Ordered a matcha latte from this coffee shop behind me to cheer me up because I'm a little bummed right now. I had high expectations going to this event because I know that it's been good for other people, but I think what we as artists and small businesses forget to do sometimes is ask ourselves, is it good for us just because it was good for someone else, you know? Every business is so different, and my demographic is even more unique because even in like Artist Alley, anime convention scenes, you know, I have got a certain niche even within there. So at the same time though, like I don't want to ever beat myself up for trying something new. This is what I want to call, like Art by Tuna calls markets like these beige markets. I think something that will like help you understand that is SJ Made events. SJ Made events are what I like to think of as beige markets. That's not an insult whatsoever. That's just describing it. It's people who are maybe a little bit more like feminine and like sweet and cutesy, and they're looking for things like jewelry and pastries and cutesy stickers, and that's just not what I sell. You know, I sell cool, edgy art. Some of it's pretty, but it just doesn't always appeal to that audience. And so here's me trying new things and finding out that they don't necessarily fit me. And you know what? That's okay. I don't want to beat myself up because I wouldn't beat someone else up for trying and it not being their target demographic. So all of that to say, it's been a while since I've had kind of like a bit of a bummer market. I don't want to say that. No, I don't want to say that because this is a good event. It's just not a good event for me. I think if you sell like jewelry, pastries, more girly, cutesy things, this is definitely going to be your place. Because like my neighbor, she sells resin flowers that she turns into jewelry. Like that's amazing. It's beautiful. And she's doing so well, you know. So there's different markets for different kinds of businesses. I'm glad I tried it. Now I know. It was also interesting to try out like a true street fair. I mean, I've done like Nihon Machi street fair, but this is like truly just in the middle of a street, no festival going on or whatever. So it's interesting to see that. Oh, and it does look really cute with all the lights. Couple things I do want to shout out about this event organization. They give these cute little lights, so everyone gets one, and it's like touch. So that's pretty cool. And another cool feature that they have is they do provide signage. Every table has something like this. It's very cute. Hayes Valley at night is such a vibe though. Look at all that. Lights are so cute. I think this is a fantastic event to attend. I think if you're in the area nearby one, definitely check one out. So cute. Love the nighttime vibes at least. Okay, guys, we did it. We left. I feel so bad. It's like 6 p.m. There was still 1 more hour left, but it was just, even if it had like picked up in that last hour, it still wouldn't have been worthwhile, I guess is what I'm trying to say, for us. Again, I'll go into more details in the recap, but let's go redeem today with some good food. Okay, guys, it's 10 p.m. after the event, same day. Let's just get this over with, okay? So I can get to editing this and then just like put this behind me and move forward. But actually, before that, I need my spirits picked up a little bit. So you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna unbox my Pop Mart haul. I got 2 of these because this girl was my gateway drug back at Pasadena. I bought this and I need the other ones. So if you're not interested in an unboxing, skip ahead to this time. We'll talk the recap and the event there. But if you are down for some Pop Mart goodies, let me show you what my #1 pick is. I really want the keyboard girl. What's her name? Poppy? I want Poppy playing the keyboard because I play keys. I've played piano since I was like 7. So let's unbox these. Come on, unboxing gods. Please smile upon me because my day sucked. No, that's a lie. My day did not suck, actually. For being not a good event, I ended up having a good day. And I'll talk about that in the recap. Keyboard! Or honestly, just one I don't have. Why are there cats? What is this? Oh, but she's playing, she's playing the guitar. I'll take that. I like this. That's really cute. And she's got like a little cat stand and like a tiny cat thing. Okay, I like that. That's not the #1 one that I wanted, but that's still really cute. Okay, we got a second one. A Pop Mart just opened up in Stonestown Galleria in San Francisco, so I used today's event as an excuse to finally go to that Pop Mart. Okay. Oh, cute. Okay. Now I finally have one of each of the characters. She also has like a kitty cat stand. That's funny. Okay, you know what? I'm not mad. These are cute. I still want the guitar, the keys girl, so we'll keep trying, but not bad pulls. I'm happy. Now my desk is a mess. Okay, let's do this. Like ripping off a Band-Aid. Let's just get this over with. Expenses from Malm Market for a 4-hour event in Hayes Valley where they provide the table, the umbrella, and badges and signage. I paid $275. Yes, that's a lot. I know. But I'm used to dropping about $1,000 to be a part of events, so $275, it's cheaper than $1,000. I figured if they could deliver on the audience, then like on the foot traffic, then it might be worth it. And what's interesting is that they did deliver on the foot traffic, but it still was not worth it for me personally. Let's talk about what did go well about this event. Honestly, this event ticked off almost every box you would want ticked off. First off, there was great foot traffic. They had 3,000 people confirmed to be a part of this event, plus all the natural foot traffic that comes with being in Hayes Valley. If you're not familiar with the San Francisco area, Hayes Valley is really nice. I used to live a few blocks away. There's natural foot traffic there all the time anyway, so it's a great place for foot traffic kind of a thing. And there's lots of restaurants and shops, so it's a good place for that kind of event. If you combine the oncoming traffic paired with the people who already bought tickets to be there, it was a really great turnout. When it comes to the organization of the event, it was really good. Workers there were very helpful, very kind. They provided a table and they provided an umbrella covering. We even got like badges. I love collecting badges for my events, so that was kind of cute. I liked little touches like that. The signage that they gave us on the table, it was just those little things that add up to a lot at the end of it. So this event, as an organization, they were really great. They do great advertising. They have a really good following. It was a good location, like I mentioned. All the boxes that you could want ticked, they were ticking them, you know? And in theory, that should make for a good event. What I've learned from today is that a good event plus a good business does not always equal a good result. Sometimes the result is less than the sum of its parts. So what didn't go well at this event? Well, sales were less than spectacular. This is officially my worst event ever. And like, in terms of sales, I've actually done less sales at previous events. It's been about a year since I've had like a really bad event, so like I forget the sting of it sometimes. I've had sales where I actually made less sales, like gross sales, but the table price was cheaper, so there's a little bit more room for that profit margin. Not the case. Because this table price was a lot higher, that profit margin was just... So it was rough. If you recall at the beginning of the vlog though, I had high expectations because literally in the first 10 minutes, we were having back-to-back nonstop sales. Like people were just showing up one after the other immediately off the bat. I think that's more sales than I typically make at the beginning of an event. So I was like, oh my gosh, this is a great start. Probably gonna continue, right? No. Literally 30 minutes into the event, it just like started slowing down for me drastically, which was crazy though, because there were still so many people walking through. And I think that was a lot of like the natural ongoing traffic paired with the fact that just like the people who were coming through, they just weren't my audience, right? The people who did show up, I actually found out a lot of them already followed me or like they came here intentionally looking for my stuff. So first off, I just want to thank you guys so much. That's so kind and wonderful of you. And even when an event doesn't go as I expect it to, I am still so grateful for every single person who purchases from me. I am humbled and honored that you would choose to spend your hard-earned money on me. So I definitely don't take that lightly, and I'm still so grateful no matter the outcome. I'm just grateful that anyone bought from me at all. So thank you so much. But after about 30 minutes into it, sales just kind of, I want to say they plummeted. They just like stopped. Like people were looking and they were like browsing and enjoying touching the shirts and everything, but like they just weren't buying. It wasn't my audience. And that's what I learned from this event, is that you can have like the best advertisement and like the best foot traffic, but if that's not the audience who wants to buy from you, which is what I learned, I didn't realize that going into this event, but if they're not the people who are going to spend money on your kind of merchandise, then it doesn't matter how great of a business you are and how great of the event is, it still is going to be a not so great sales event for you. I do want to include like a little extra segment here because it has been a rougher year for in-person events and markets. And a lot of businesses will look at it and they'll either say it's my fault or they might say it's the event's fault. And what I want to do is I want to answer that question honestly. Whose fault is it? Is it my fault? Am I possibly falling short as a business? And are there things I can improve on? And being the like perfectionist that I am, my default actually is to say that it's my fault. And I'm like, well, you know what? It's just because I suck and everyone hates me and I should go crawl into a hole and never sell anything ever again. But I want to not be that kind of person. So I'm going to ask myself some honest questions so I can come to an honest deliberation. First off, what is my history with events, right? I'm going to be really honest with myself and ask myself, is this a pattern? Does this happen often? And the answer to that is no. More often than not, actually. I am doing numbers that make me really, really happy at events. The first question I've asked myself, I've answered it honestly. And then secondly, looking at those successful events, does this event look like those successful events, right? Are the same people at this event the same ones at night markets and anime conventions, the places where I do really well? No. You know the same kind of people who are showing up here though? It looks very much like the SJ Made crowd. Now asking myself, how do I do at SJ Made events? I do mediocre. And this is, a fraction of the size of SJ Made events. So all of these little questions I'm asking myself, all the data and the analytics and the whatever, it's all adding up to point that in this case, no, it was not my fault. If anything, the fault in this is the fact that I picked this event. This event I think is fantastic for businesses who target the audience who does show up to this event. So people I saw doing well were like my booth neighbor, so jewelry. Every person selling jewelry I saw was doing really well. Pastries and like food booths, they seemed to be doing well. And then art booths that were selling art that was like the complete opposite of mine. So like cutesy little animals, love that. It's so cute. Not what I sell, right? Those were the busy booths. Mine was not so much. So asking myself what my history is, what my pattern is of events. And then secondly, what does this event look like compared to the successful events of mine? The conclusion is no, it's not my fault. And it's also not the event's fault. Sometimes it's just a bad match and we were just not made for each other. We are star-crossed lovers, unfortunately. So my overall conclusion for Maum Market is that it is a really well-run, high-quality market event that I highly recommend to people who target this audience. However, if you make art that is similar to mine, or if your audience is not, the kind of people who would shop the items I mentioned, jewelry, cutesy art, pastries, this might not be the event for you. Actually, I'm just gonna say it's probably not the event for you, especially at the price in 4 hours, probably not. But I still think this is a really great event, and honestly, I will probably go as an attendee in the future, and I would recommend it to friends. It's just not for me and my business, and that is okay. And that doesn't mean that they are a bad event, and it doesn't mean that I am a bad business. I wanted to include that last bit for anyone who feels like maybe they're not doing as well at these events as they would like to be doing. First off, I want to tell you, good job for even just trying, because how many people do you know who have dreams or have ambitions, but they don't do anything about it, right? At least you're pursuing it. That takes a lot of guts and a lot of energy and a lot of humility to put yourself out there. So I want to congratulate you on that. And I want to say you're doing amazing, even for just trying at all. But if you feel like you would like to take things to the next level and you're not quite getting there, I think asking yourself the questions that I asked myself could really help you out. What is your history? Is this more like an outlier event, or is this kind of something that's happening at every event? If you are seeing more of a pattern, I might encourage you to do a little bit more self-reflecting on your business. What can you improve? What can you work on? And then go from there. But if it is an outlier, if it is a blip, then, move on and look forward to the next one. And then don't be afraid to ask yourself, what does this event look like compared to more successful events? Or is this even like your target demographic? Because if it's not your target demographic and you're not doing well, then it's not really your fault, and don't sweat that. Just, book events that line up more with your demographic. I'm tempted to be really hard on myself, but if I were talking to a friend who was going through the same thing I was doing right now, in no way, form, shape, or matter would I embarrass them or make them feel less about themselves for this. I would tell them it was just an outlier event. And so I'm going to tell myself that too. And tell them, if you're really bummed, just console yourself with some mystery boxes. They do wonders. I also do want to say huge shout outs to my husband and my dad for joining me today. If they were not here, it would be a completely different story. I think because I have such a wonderful team and wonderful support, things like this just don't bug me as much as they should. So I'm so grateful for you guys. Oh, I also do want to say, don't leave events early. Don't follow my example. Do as I say, not as I do. This was, I was also really sick this morning, so it was just a tough day overall. I was just ready to go home. I needed to eat some stuff. So I do apologize to the event. If you're watching this, I'm so sorry. You're a great event. We're not meant to be. We're star-crossed lovers. I'm sorry. Please, I'm so sorry. You're a great event organization. It's not you, it's me. Don't leave me hanging though. Let's commiserate together. My question of the week is, what was your worst event experience like? If you are a vendor, I would love to hear some of the juicy details in the comments if you're willing to share. Or if you've just attended one, maybe it was a really poorly run event and it didn't go well, I would love to hear that too. So tell me about your worst event ever and let's be miserable together. I do want to say thank you so much for watching this video and for being here. My vlogs do tend to redeem poor experiences, so I'm really grateful for this little community I have here on YouTube. You guys are the best. If you are interested in purchasing any of my art in person, and if you happen to be in Atlanta, I'm gonna be there too in December for Anime Week in Atlanta, and that's it for 2024. I've got a whole different schedule for 2025, but I don't want to think about that yet because I need to take a break, to be honest. I have been pushing a little hard and I'm going to chill out in December. My next vlog is also going to be of SJ Made Holiday Fair, so I hope to see you in that one. If you liked this video, please make sure to give it a thumbs up and to subscribe to this channel. That really helps me out, and then you get to be notified about new videos as they come out every Friday at 9 a.m. Hint, hint. I'm really grateful that you're here, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye! I'm so sad because I'm a failed business and I suck, but at least I have Peach Riot figures. Ooh, ooh.